Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's Lark here, bringing you another video on cryptocurrencies. And today I just wanted to update you a little bit on what's going on with some of the different projects. Have a look at IOTA, what they're doing. Have a little peek over at what's going on with BIP91 and Bitcoin, and have a little look at what's happening with Genesis as well. So before we get into that, just a quick shout out as always. Thank you so much to everyone who's been liking and subscribing to the channel. Your support's really appreciated, everybody. So, what is happening on the markets? Let's have a look. Now, on the 7-day, everything is up at the moment, which is really great news for anyone who decided to buy last week. You bought last week, right? You didn't sell, did you? Right? Last week was a buying week. Everything was in red. When I see red, I see buy. My only regret is that I didn't have more money to spend last week, right? So, you can see a few players are basically staying pretty stagnant. I'm pretty disappointed with what's going on with Ripple and NEM at the moment. They're both staying pretty stubbornly around this rate, but we're going to see some movement on them pretty soon. NEM's had a few different projects going recently as well. But let's start off with our big news from IOTA. Now, IOTA has just teamed up with F6S. So this is a group of developers, cryptographers, etc., etc. I'll put a link down below. You can read through this article if you want. Now, that's just actually showing IOTA is getting a lot of interest. Look, it's a new coin, so it's getting a lot of interest anyway, but it's a really exciting coin, and I understand why it's getting that interest and that investment, right? But on the back of this news, though, you might expect a little bump in the price of IOTA. Nope, it's down. It's down. Now, that's not to say IOTA is down, necessarily overall. I mean, it's just, ticking along. So, it's definitely not anywhere near those highs where it was, last month, but nothing is at this point, right? So hopefully we're going to see a little more action out of IOTA pretty soon. Again, if you've bought into that, cool. You can grab it over on Bitfinex. If you haven't bought some IOTA yet, there's still at a pretty damn good price at 26 cents a piece. So, maybe today's a day to think about going over there and buying up a few of those. Now, what is going on in the Bitcoin world? So, you've probably been hearing a lot about SegWit and BIP91 and BIP141 and what the hell's going on. I don't know. What are all these numbers? So, let's have a little breakdown. So, basically, the segregated witness is happening. So, it's an upgrade to the Bitcoin network, to put it in layman's terms. So, what happened was BIP91 was activated, but it activated actually too late in the current 2016 layout of blocks, so it's not actually going to get confirmed until the next 2-week period. So it is going to be a few more weeks before we see that. And still, we are looking at a hard fork not until 90 days after the confirmation, right? So look, it's a lot of lingo and a lot of stuff. And what does all this mean? Right? Look, Bitcoin's being upgraded. That's the good news. The bad news is it hasn't finished yet. So I think there is a chance we still might see some volatility in the markets, especially, coming up right before the confirmation and right before hard fork gets confirmed and things like this. So, you are going to see these ups and downs a little bit. If you want to come here and have a little play through this website, they've got some interesting information on that. Everyone is signaling currently for the upgrade, but come here, have a look. I'll put a link to this one in the description down below too, so you can come over and have a little look at that. But the big things happening in Bitcoin as always, right? Bitcoin's the big boy, So again, I hope you're getting your Bitcoin, right? Don't get too distracted by the altcoins, guys, because Bitcoin's gonna go to the moon. Now, what's been happening over on Genesis recently? Genesis has been having some pretty serious problems for users, and let me just see if I can log in here real quick, actually. Genesis has been having some pretty big problems for the users, and what has been happening is there's been basically delayed on withdrawals for the past few days. So you can go down here and look at my orders, for example, and I have all these pending coin payouts, right? But basically, I haven't been getting updated since the 21st, so I still have a few days of coins to be paid out into my balance here. Right, so I don't know if this is just affecting people who have purchased with credit cards and are waiting for those payouts, but there's definitely some network issues going on over at Genesis. So that's something you guys should keep in mind if you've been having some worries over there. It's affecting everybody. It's affecting the whole Genesis network. So, don't freak out too much about that. Other big news coming out of Genesis mining: Dash is gone. Dash is gone. Good riddance, because it is now worth nothing. Well, not worth quite nothing, but the Dash contracts they were selling are definitely not gonna give you a return on your investment anymore with all the big mining hardware that is coming out, which is probably some big news as well. Is that InnoSilicon and Bitmain are both bringing out giant monster machines to harvest Dash. So, if you bought a contract over here on Genesis mining like I did, I think got about 80 mega hash here, it's not going to end up getting you very much Dash in the end. Sorry, guys. But, not every investment works out in the crypto world, right? It is not the land of free money. It is the land of risk money. Now, that being said, is there anything good to buy over at Genesis mining? You probably buy the Bitcoin contract is still pretty damn good. So, Ether mining kind of sucks, and Monero mining, totally sucks. So, just, stay away from that. Stay in the good investments, guys. Back over on the markets, still a lot of profits to be made here, guys. Really some really great coins, which are massively undervalued at the moment. Things like EOS and BitShares. Stratus has seen a lot of movement, but still probably well undervalued as well. So, there's a lot of opportunities to make money in this market right now. So I hope you guys are out there taking advantage of those opportunities. Anyway, guys, that's all for me for today. That's just, a little bit of what's been happening in the crypto world recently. So, just keeping you in tune. And guys, happy trading.